that's the wrong way. Yeah, that seems about right. So today we got a new case in house. This is the DarkFlash DY470 luxury PC case, tempered glass side panel, fly to unlimited. Yeah, okay. So I got briefed on this case, but like 2 months ago, so I really don't have a clue what's inside of here. I know it's a case, that's all I know. And I just hope it's beautiful, but I really do not know. Box is already open from the bottom, so come on. Don't show this on camera. Could you like come out, please? There it comes, there it comes, there it... Okay, so I got briefed about the case a few months ago, but it has been a long time. I do not remember a thing about the case. The only thing I did remember, or that I did find out on the internet, is that it's 120mm fans only. So let's discover the things about this case together before I start working on the... Oh my god, I'm out of breath here. Before I start working on the review, let's discover the case, see what's it all about, and yeah, I can already see that there are quite a few interesting things about this. Let's maybe just put it on its feet. Oh, a little fancy screw box. Whoa. Okay, this one's interesting. So this is a dual chamber design. We got two glass pieces. We got one in the front and one on the side. Yeah, I don't think you can see this on camera, but here we got a... Yeah, there you go. Here you got a third glass, which is a individual piece of glass, but it seems to me like it's connected to the right side panel, or maybe the front. No, I think it's going to be connected to the right side panel, and it's angled. And in fact, everything about this case is angled. This part here is slightly going... Okay, that's the concept, which would also mean that the top fans are like slightly angled this way. Not sure if that's something that you want to have, but yeah, it's a thing. So let's open this one up. Yeah, the pop mechanic is hefty. Okay, I was wrong. The top... Oh, it's screwed down here. Okay, this glass piece here, this one, is just screwed down. You can unscrew it. There are two screws in the back here, and I guess it's also screwed down in the front somewhere. Not sure if you really want to remove it. That's kind of up to you. And the front piece does not seem like it's removable at all. But in case it is, I will correct that in the review later on. And then, of course, this other angled part you can also just remove. Oh, and there we go, a manual. Fabric dust filter, there we got the fan spot. And the last big piece we can remove is the back side panel, the left one. There you go. Oh yeah, that's the compartment that I read about. Okay, this is as disassembled as I am willing to do for today. You could also just remove this one, but that's basically it. Everything you can remove. So this is a regular, size-wise regular ATX case. We got 3 120mm fan spots in the bottom, 3 120mm fan spots in the top, basically in and out. These here, as I said, are angled towards the motherboard area, which, yeah, that's interesting. Not sure if you want to have that or if that was what you are looking for, but something to keep in mind. Then in the front of the case, we got 3 additional 120mm fan spots, which are reverse spinning or reverse blade design fans. So we got another intake there, and then the regular 120mm in the back as exhaust. As you can hear, everything about this case is 120mm, which is a choice that I am not a particularly big fan of, because I just prefer 140mm fans in general, but there you go. It's 120mm fans only, which is an interesting... Yeah, the fact that you have this glass here tells you that there was space for more fans, but yeah, I digress. In the back, the fun continues. Let's just remove these screws to open it. We got this compartmented design. Okay, comes out, yeah, that you can use to hide all of your cabling. We got the power supply up here. There we got a bay for 2 3.5-inch drives, and that's about it. The back panel, of course, has a mesh design on both ends. On one hand for the reverse spinning fans, and on the other end for the power supply, which is fine so far. And I do appreciate that they left quite a lot of space behind this 3-fan setup here in case anybody wants to install radiators in here. I mean, you could install radiators in the front, just in the very thick one until you start hitting the front glass. But in the back, you got what feels like 30 millimeters, so the regular radiator can go in there. Yeah, I think that's about it. Oh. Talking about angled things, everything about this is angled. The front panel is not straight. This would be straight. So this metal part here is angled in that direction, and the glass part is angled in... Okay, so in case anybody is like allergic to square shapes, there you go. Okay, but for today I wanted to do a slightly older build, budget build, basically stuff you could buy off eBay and then create your gaming PC out of as little budget as possible. That's why we got this, it's an MSI, MPG. I didn't buy this, I just got this because I upgraded somebody else's PC. It's DDR4. It's a MPG X570 Gaming Edge Wi-Fi, a AM4 board. Nothing too fancy, but you can get these nowadays relatively cheap. Then in combination with that, we got some Corsair Vengeance Pro RGB. As I said, gaming PC, so 5800X3D. It's an older chip, but even for nowadays still, this can do incredible stuff. Now the GPU is really on the older side, especially because RTX 5000 is coming out like any minute now. And there is even a strong possibility that this video will come out after the series is launched. However, still, this is my trusty old Zotac RTX 3080 Ti. I know, older model. However, as I said, older hardware, stuff you can buy used on eBay. That's what we're going for today. So yeah, this is going to be fine. And the combination with a 5800X3D is also pretty fine. Then for the cooling, yeah, I don't really see a reason why you buy this used. This is a ID Cooling FX360, which I never used in a build before, I believe, but it's an amazing AIO. Just to be frank, it's very inexpensive. You can get it for so cheap. I guess like an used NZXT, used Corsair, used whatever AIO is going to be more expensive than this one used, and it's pretty good. So there you go. Okay, with that said, I guess let's get going. There you go. So in general, other than the case being like angled everywhere, it's not that unusual to build in it, or at least until now, it doesn't seem to me like it's that unusual. Let's wait with that sentence until we are done building. So wrapped in that styrofoam, we got a little fancy ass box, which looks very fancy. A box of screw. Ooh, a little cleaning cloth. Not so. Oh, for the glass maybe. Yeah, like glass cleaning cloth. But yeah, there you go. A very fancy screw box. Now, this used to be more magnetic. This too. There you go. Okay, my favorite part of every build: installing a mainboard in front of camera. If you've never done it, do not look forward to it. No. Okay, not all the spacers are pre-installed, and I just figured that out, but yeah, for this build I would just go without. I think they pre-installed MATX and ITX, but for today I would just ignore these 3 screws. But of course, if you're building this not for a short building video, but for long-term usage, use the screws. There you go. Yeah, this is more than enough. There you go. Wasn't that hard in a angled case. Now, before we proceed, maybe let's quickly route all the ARGB and not so ARGB cables, because all the fans have not an ARGB ring, but like ARGB edges, dual edges, something like that. And that means that we have a bunch of ARGB connections that we need to take care of before continuing this build. Oh, this is like a I see. This is like a splitter special type of cable situation. Yeah, let's maybe not do this. Yeah, this is rather stupid. So the PVM cable from both this block here and this individual fan is like very short. Like here you got one and here is the second one. So in no way, shape or form will I reach the bottom part of the case. I would need to unmount it everywhere and then route it new, and that just kind of sucks. And don't I have like extensions somewhere here? No, I do not. How unfortunate. So let me get an extension. There you go, ARGB extension, ARGB splitter and PWM splitter, because in no way, shape or form will I use the CPU fan connector to connect a bunch of fans, case fans. So like this and like this. There you go. Now ARGB, same procedure. There we go. There you go. Okay, so far so good. Let's get to the AIO, the biggest port of this, and right now I just realized that we got the three 120mm fans in the bottom, which would look kind of empty if I don't install anything in there. So yeah, let's do the AIO and then I'll go and get us some additional fans for the bottom, because yeah, I know we need to use as much of the case as we can. Yeah, maybe let's first install the AIO in the top. Yeah, tubes are going to be routed to the front. Oh yeah, angled way of installing an AIO, that's a first for me. Okay, my first angled AIO. It does look kind of cool, I'll give it that. Yeah, we'll see how the finished build ends up looking like, but definitely interesting. Yeah, the tube is almost empty. Let's just do a nice little blob, and there you go, because the AIO is completely overpowered for this setup anyway. There you go. Yeah, it's definitely an interesting design choice. So let's, oh yeah, bottom air filter. So let's just figure out the bottom fan situation. And to be honest, I'm not so sure what I should install in the bottom, because the top fans are not ARGB, and the bottom ones and the side ones are. So yeah, give me a minute. I will see what I can do. For the bottom fans, I came up with these here. These are Cooler Master SF120M ARGBs. It has been a very long time since last using these. I don't even remember when the review actually came out, but they got this like half ring, half like an edge going on here on each edge of the fan frame, essentially. Now, the downside is we got the ARGB in the center, which we'll live with, and I hope it will just not stand out too much in all of this. But we need to install them with the nice looking side towards the bottom, because they are intake, which kind of sucks right now, but it is what it is. So let's just get these going, and then, yeah, we use the case in its fullest potential. And where are my favorite screws? No clue. I need some fan screws. Could you like not? I just need some fan screws. There we go. There you go. This goes back in. Ta-da. And now the case uses all the fan mounts. Great. No, now I don't have enough PWM connections. I need to get another splitter. And here we go again. The splitter game keeps on going. Okay, case 3/4 finished. Now the last thing I just need to do is install the power supply, and then we are heading to the GPU and we are done. A very quick PC build, and the only thing that kind of stood out in this whole process was the fact that the top fan mount is like angled. That's like the special sauce about all of this. There you go. Oh yeah, I almost forgot. So I brought some cable extensions, because nowadays you can get them for very, very cheap on eBay, like very cheap. So yeah, I wanted to make the case look somewhat fancy. So let's just install those here. And I was trying to go for like a silverish / violet thing, and then set all of the ARGB to the same color, because why the hell not? There you go. If I can get the cable through. Come on, come on, come on. There you go, looks very fancy. And here we got GPU, and here we got the 8-pin EPS. Okay, this is not the 8-pin EPS. Great. Ooh, this is the wrong cable. I want to route them from the bottom up, I think. And there we go. Now the only thing left is that pretty old but yet still somehow capable 3080 Ti, and then we are done. Oh, this is like 2 PCIe brackets. No. How cute, a GPU that uses 2 slots in 2024. That's adorable. Adorable. Okay, and with that... Oh yeah, the power button is down there. So let's see if this thing works. That's a lot of air. So, it was a enjoyable build, I will give them that. The bracket in the back where you can stuff all the cables in helps like really a lot. The access within the case to get to the screws, to install the 8-pin PCIe, the 8-pin EPS connector, sorry. All of that was perfectly fine, perfectly fine. But now the big question that I want to have an answer to, no, there is too much air going out here. The airflow inside the case also seems fine. I don't see any build up, anything like that. Now, although it looks cool, it's not like the angle of the AIO or the 3 top fan spots is going to change anything. It's just cool to look at. That's basically all. And of course, one thing to keep in mind, how should I put this? You shouldn't use the top of your PC case to, you know, I don't know, put a coffee on top. You just don't do that. But here it's like extra dangerous. It's extra dangerous to do that. So that's just something that you need to keep in mind in case you are doing this on a daily basis. Don't do it here. Like this one still works, but here the angle is just, yeah, don't do that. Now, design-wise, the case looks fine. Front glass, side glass, partially top glass. Yeah, I also need to say it, like this piece of glass here just like feels utterly useless to me. From the top, you're going to see more of your PC than if the glass wasn't there, but it's really not like it's gonna give you anything in particular. So yeah, there's that. Now for the temperatures, I'm going to leave that for the review. Now I'm going to start benchmarking some of it, see how the temperatures behave with and without panels. But already from the size, I guess this is just like fine. It's going to probably be a fine case, and that's basically it. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the review, probably in a week or two. But this was the build inside the DarkFlash DY470, and for today, this is going to be it. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you are looking to build a somewhat good looking and probably very well performing, very budget TPC out of used parts on eBay, the list of the components are down in the description below. But for today, this is going to be it. Thank you for watching and hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.